Where are you right now? I guess what was the reason that you couldn't play those last few games?
Oh, I'm just at home. I left the rink. Just a little banged up. That was it.
Yeah. What are you going to take away from this season? Obviously, it was difficult circumstances on and off the ice. What do you take away from this year?
Yeah, it was an interesting season. A difficult start for us to, be thrown to be in Arizona for camp and then start the season on the road and, all the restrictions and all that. We had some good moments as a team, but overall, I think everyone was disappointed where we're at when you miss the playoffs and, for the second year in a row. It's never easy. Losing sucks in this league. This year especially, it sucks when, the circumstances are much different than normal and everyone's isolated and it's definitely tougher to lose. But like I said, there's some positives we can take. But as of right now, I think a break is needed just to kind of get away and, refocus and recharge. Obviously, we wish we'd be playing, in a week, but that's not the case right now. So our focus as a group needs to be on next year and improving to get to where we want to be.
Doug indicated to us yesterday that, he still believes in the core group and he wants to add a third line center and a goalie is what he told us. But, he still believes in that core group and doesn't necessarily think there has to be any big change. Are you on board with that? And what does the core group have to do to maybe reestablish you guys as an elite team?
Yeah, I think obviously there's, when you miss the playoffs and you miss it multiple years in a row, there's going to be changes. That's the way that this league works. And, we're an organization that expects to be in the playoffs every single year. I've been spoiled for the first, 10 years of my career here in San Jose where we've had a chance to make the playoffs and a chance to win the Stanley Cup. These last 2 years have been very, very difficult to take. It's not fun losing. I don't know how many times I'll say it, but we want to win. I want to win. I play hockey. We all play hockey in our dressing room for one reason, that's to win and a chance to win the Stanley Cup. So disappointing, but I think it should give us some motivation going into next year. We all know we need to be better to a man in that dressing room. Our best players, our younger guys, I thought they showed some promise throughout the year. So that's exciting for us. When you're a veteran guy and you see some young players come in and get some success, it brings you some energy. So that was definitely a positive this year.
Everyone's mentioned culture on end here. Now that the season's over and you look back, was it improved and was it good enough?
I don't think it was good enough. I think we definitely made strides. Obviously, I say it wasn't good enough because we didn't make the playoffs. There's different aspects of our game on the ice that we can improve in and off the ice as well. So anytime you miss the playoffs, you're one of the 14 teams that doesn't get in. There's areas to improve.
Any questions, anybody? Shang.
Hey, Logan. Thank you again for just working with us all year. It's been really, really appreciated. So Doug said yesterday that, about you that, you're 32, but you're in your prime because of, how well you keep yourself in terms of your conditioning. Is that something that you agree with? You still feel very much in your prime?
This start of the year this year, it's the best I've felt in a long time. But throughout the year, obviously this is a difficult season. Played a lot of games in very few days, and the way that I play, I'm going to get hit. I'm going to block shots. So it started to wear on me at the end. Mentally took a toll for sure as well. But I still have that, that drive to get better. And I know that my game can get to another level. I think I struggled at times this year individually. There's a stretch throughout the middle of the season where I didn't play well, and that was difficult. I want to help our team every single night, and I want to be a player that helps us win. And we didn't do enough of the winning this season, so I take that personally. And I want to get better and change that.
And Doug also said to that point that he felt that you and Tommy got maybe a little bit worn down as the season went on, just because you guys were taking all the tough matchups and whatnot defensively, all the defensive zone starts. So do you think that was the case? Did you guys get a little worn down with that? And will it be helped by if Doug adds, like you said, another center in there?
That's our job. I mean, we expect that out of ourselves. So I don't agree with that statement. I think that he's trying to help us out in that aspect. But for Tommy and I, we take pride in playing in all situations, and every player does. Every player wants to play in all situations. You want to be on the ice. You want to help your team. So it's on us to be better. Myself, I can't speak for Tommy. I thought he had a very good stretch near the end of the season, and was probably our best player for the last 20-some games. But for me, I can say I had a tough stretch in the middle of the season. I've got to figure it out and get out of the hole quicker. But I think it motivates me going into this offseason to come back and be a better player. And there's always stuff you learn throughout a hockey season, and I learned a lot this year, even though the circumstances were very, very difficult. Like I said, I've said this multiple times, mentally draining and physically demanding season. I think, we'll all be better from what we went through.
And can you say anything about, injuries you might have suffered, a foot injury, perhaps, anything during the season?
It's just, it's no excuse. So everyone was hurt. We played 56 games in 100 and some days. I mean, every single player, I guess I would bet, in the NHL was hurt at some point with something. So it's no excuse.
Well, with anything he suffered, though, we require any surgery or just heal up, naturally?
No surgery, just rest.
Okay. All right. And, going back to the culture aspects, what did, improve in a culture this year that you guys can take forward next year, that feels, kind of permanent, I guess?
I think just playing for each other. I think we improved that. I think there's still ways to go. I say that again because we missed the playoffs, and I'm sure right now it's still raw. Right, still, the season just ended. So in a few weeks, what my plan is to take a few weeks and try and forget about hockey as much as I possibly can. Not turn the TV on, and kind of reassess the season as a whole. Go over everything from the start to the finish, personally and as a team, and like I said, there's stuff that I'm proud of that we did as a group, but there's certainly room for improvement. And
just personally, is your plan to stay in San Jose or go back to Canada?
I honestly don't know right now. I've been trying to follow what the Canadian government's doing. The Ontario government's doing. I know they had a news conference, I think, right now. So we'll see what they end up doing with restrictions and all that. I mean, I'm fully vaccinated, so I don't know if that'll change anything for entering Canada and all that. So we're going to stay here. My girlfriend and I, we're going to stay here for the next few weeks and figure it out.
Okay. Well, good luck with that. Hope you can get back home. And thank you for everything this year, Logan, and have a great summer.
Thank you.
Curtis.
Good morning, Logan. Thank you for doing this. There were times this year when the Sharks played Vegas tough and played Colorado tough, but how did the Sharks close that gap with the top teams in the Western Conference?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think a bunch of games against Vegas, through the middle of the year, we were right with them. And the last stretch, those 4 games against Colorado, I think those games could have gone either way. So definitely proud of the way we played in those games. Tough to say, really. I think in all those games we lost different ways, whether it was special teams, which obviously need to improve, finding goals at different times. We need more guys to step up in big moments. And, obviously I'm included in that. Like I said, in the middle of the season, there were games where I could have stepped up and helped our team win, and I didn't. So tough to say right now, but definitely special teams is a big reason in a lot of those games. Our power play wasn't good. To put it simply, a lot of those games, you get to get a power play goal here or there, and, maybe you get a point out of it. So that's a big area that needs to improve.
We were just speaking with Patrick, and obviously he doesn't have any plans to retire right now. What do you think? What did it mean to you just be a part of this season with Patrick, and for him to come back and to break Gordie Howe's record? What did that all mean to you?
Yeah, it's awesome. Patty has been a tremendous teammate from day one. He's someone I look up to. I've idolized, even before I came and played with him. He was an idol of mine, just watching number 12 fly around in San Jose. It gives me chills right now just thinking about as a kid, I guess a teenager watching Patty Marleau score goals. And then to be able to do it as his line mate for many years and as his teammate, I'll cherish that for the rest of my life. But just a human being he is, the pro, just a great person. It's unfortunate that it happened in the way it did. I wish that his kids and his family would have been able to be at more of the games with him. But he's definitely an incredible teammate, an incredible person. We're all happy for him. And he's had a tremendous career. If he chooses to come back and he's able to play with us next year, we would definitely welcome that.
How special was that moment before the game yesterday where he gets presented with Gordie Howe's old stick? And, what did you take away from that one?
Yeah, the stick that's incredible. Gordie Howe scored his last goal with that thing. So pretty cool moment. I know Patty will definitely cherish that gift from the NHLPA, and I hope he likes the painting that we got him. I don't know if it was out there, but a lot of former teammates of his chipped in, to pay for that painting. Guys that played with Patty, whether it was 10, 7, 5 years ago, we were able to contact them, and that just shows, how much guys respect Patty and they want to do something for him. So pretty cool moment.
I know you just said you're going to turn the TV off for a while, forget about hockey, but is there a part of you that's maybe going to keep an eye on Toronto and see how Jumbo's doing?
Yeah, maybe eventually, I'm sure. If I don't get rid of my phone for a few weeks, I'm sure I'll get texts or check my phone. But my plan is to kind of escape for a little bit. And, after this season, the grind that it was, just reset and recharge.
All right. Thank you, Logan.
Thank you.
Kevin.
Logan, are you able to tell us what the painting costs? That sounds like it was expensive.
Want to guess?
No, I don't. I don't even want to think about it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're probably whatever's in your mind. It's in that ballpark.
5 figures. It's not 6 figures, was it?
No, it wasn't. It was. No, I don't want to. I don't want to say it was expensive.
Okay, thanks.
Anything else here for Logan? Dan.
Logan, thanks for everything as always all year. I wanted to ask you first, you were talking about just decompressing after the season and just basically throwing your phone out and just getting away from it all. For somebody as focused as you are, how hard is it to do that?
No, it's very difficult, Dan. But I think this has been the most mentally draining season that I think I've gone through. I think a lot of guys in the NHL will say the same thing. I want to put it in perspective. We're playing a game, right? We're very, very lucky to do what we do. We play in the NHL, but the circumstances surrounding this season were very difficult. I think going into this season, I don't know if a lot of us really understood that how tough it would be. I think a lot of guys were under the impression that the restrictions would be lifted at some point, but that wasn't the case. It's tough when you're going to the rink, you're going home, you're not allowed to see, friends or family from out of town. So need to see some people that I haven't seen in a long time. We're social people, people are human beings are social. So getting to see some people that I haven't seen in a while. I look forward to that.
And I only have one other thing to ask, and I think I know the answer to it, but I suppose given everything you've said about Patrick Marleau here today and in the past, that you guys in the locker room, yourself included, are pretty happy that he's a nominee for the Masterton Trophy, and he'd probably be the best example if he won it for perseverance and dedication to the game.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer for us. We're biased, but it's a no-brainer that Patty should win that. He's dedicated 23 years of his life to the sport, and he's been a consummate pro. shows up every day, works as hard as he possibly can. So yeah, I hope with it.
Thanks, Logan. Appreciate it.
Shang.
Hey Logan, I just had a quick follow up there. What guidelines have you guys been given in terms of managing COVID and whatnot?
For us now, it all depends where we're going to spend time. I think if we, some of us that stay in San Jose, I think there'll be rules if we use the team facility. I think there'll be two separate groups, vaccinated people and or players and non-vaccinated players that we won't be able to, I believe, work out together. I'd have to read through all of them, Shane, but as of now, that's all I know. I don't know if there's any rules if guys go back to their own countries, but obviously a bunch of guys are going to world championships, so they'll still be getting tested all the time. And I don't know if it's in a bubble over there, what's going on over there, but they'll have their own set of rules as well.
Okay. Yeah, I think maybe I asked you about this before, and you said that it hadn't been established. So they are established. So maybe we'll check in with you about it later. So okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. Thank you so much.
No problem.